the fact. Thank you very much for stopping in. It's going to be a typical Friday night one, I think. It's been a hell of a week, not going to lie, and today's been really busy, so I'm going to get into everything that's happened today after the big crash, shall we call it? The big crash of 2026. And we ain't talking financial, are we? Well, to be fair, the insurance company have been alright, but hi Gracie, hi Ellie, good to see you both. How are you both today? Glad to see the back of a school week. I guess, are you both starting half term now? Oh, trying to get this to work. There we go. Do apologise. Just got my head down in the phone trying to get the chat sorted out. There we go. Got the all messages on. Going to pop that over here. Half term at last, yeah. Oh dear. No more TV. You're on to your, what you on? Oh, back to the, is it an iPad or something you use? I think you said it was a pad that you normally watch with. I can't always remember every detail. Right, let's have a little look. Oh, I've got to actually change the, ah, dearie me. Right, let's try doing that again. Right, there we go. I will get there. Right, like that maybe. That looks pretty level. Let's see. And then bring the table over here, and I think we'll be good. Yes. There we have it. Let's have a little look at what we've got here. Molly, you was messaging me. Yeah, we were. Yes, but I had to get started with the stream, Gracie. I will continue to bend your ear at a later point. I appreciate you answering my questions. I'm aware that I'm asking some rather in-depth questions about the whole thing. It's one of those things when I hear stuff like that, and I've never met anybody who's dealt with a certain thing. It's always good to kind of educate myself, and I think always the best way to educate myself was to ask somebody about that thing who has experience and has lived with it, rather than making assumptions and just living life essentially making huge assumptions about people and their experiences and stuff. It's better to actually ask. There is the quote, I can't remember, I'm going to say it again because it's been with me for quite a while recently. It's in my mind the whole time. I got it from Ted Lasso, but he got it from somewhere. I think he might have said Walt Whitman or something. It's something anyway. It's some sort of I think an American writer, I don't know. Said, be curious, not judgmental. And, you know, I'm definitely experiencing the impact of that in my life these days. And Ellie's saying, well, it's not much of a half term for me. I have to use it to revise. Yeah, well, you have had a lot of time off the school anyway, Ellie. Where's Ethan? Asked Gracie. Ethan is back with his mum. As you know, Fridays is his day to go back. So he has left me all alone. And so I need you to keep me company. Ellie's saying, I'm not good, but not bad. Well, at least you're not bad. That's right, Ellie's already answered for me. Lovely. Hi, Sparker, good to see you. Been a minute since you've said hello in the chat, if I remember rightly. How have you been? Hope you're well. Gracie's saying, not tonight, tomorrow maybe. Yeah, I read all that stuff. I read your last email, Gracie. As I say, I appreciate the answers. But I did send one more, but answer that whenever you like. There's no rush. We have Damas Omar. We're going to go with Omar. Says, hi Omar. Welcome to the chat. We love to have the new people saying hello. Hi. And we have someone in the chat, Igors, saying, can you do me a tarot reading, Daddy? Well, first, I ain't your daddy, even if you want me to be. And this isn't tarot cards, this is Bandido. But if I had tarot cards, I'd certainly give you a reading. I did find out more about the van, Gracie. I'll give you the update on that in just a second after I've said all my hellos. I imagine you do, Ali, and I feel for you so much. I can't imagine what pain you're in, but I have had it where I've been in consistent pain for quite a while. Stupid things like teeth and stuff like that. And yeah, it is not a fun time to be in constant pain. And people sometimes don't realize until they've been through something like that, how much it can affect you. Even tiny small pains that you think aren't that big a deal are actually quite a big deal. So when you're dealing with someone like you, it's not just the pain, is it? Like, it affects everything in your life, I imagine. So, like, down to, you know, little tiny choices that you might make about whether to do something or not that everyone else would take for granted. Could be anything, like just walking up and down the stairs, or like going to, you know, the pub or concert with friends or whatever. It I know it will definitely affect every little decision you make, and slowly but surely it can erode your quality of life, that kind of thing. So I do feel for you, Ellie. But the key is come in and chat with me and feel better about it, and eventually you can get yourself into a mindset where it doesn't affect you quite so much, and you just got to keep trying to be positive and like keep yourself kind of doing things even when you feel like you can't be bothered. And I'm hoping eventually that they'll sort you out and you won't have the pain anymore. Only a matter of time, hopefully. Igor saying, I'm in pain and lonely. Well, you're in the right place if you're lonely. You can definitely hang around here and we'll try to make you less lonely. That is the point. And he says, I feel so bad though. We got to my granddad's grave and I couldn't even get out of the car to go over to the grave. Well, he'll have known you there even if you were in the car. That's the important thing. Don't you worry about it, Gracie. Exactly. Positive vibes, Ellie, as much as we can do. Whoa. Tough, tough, tough. Whew. We can close that one off. That's nice. Igor's coming in with the real solid vibes in the chat. I like you, Igor. Igor? I don't know. Am I? Is that the right thing to call you, Igor? Or am I calling you something else? Oh, I don't really want to use that. I don't know why, but that just doesn't feel right. I'm just going to put that there. Oh, do you know what does feel a bit better? If I did that. Yeah. And then. Then I can do that one now. I'm hoping you guys can see well enough. I'll move over a little bit. And then that one here. There we go. We've made 2 boxes here. That is ideal use of the really bad ones. I could put that there. I don't really like that. I think we want to put that there. We have a corner which potentially could get used. Don't like that either. I'm going to put that there. What are you doing with your cards? Oh, got a honey. I love the way you say it makes the pain go away. Well, I appreciate that. I do the best I can with my hair. I'm too. I don't know what the word is. I'm a bit lazy, but also I don't like to use lots of products and stuff because I like to keep things natural. You know, not add things to my body that it doesn't already have. And so, yeah, I don't use products in it. And yeah, that makes for some fun trying to stay in style and whatnot. But I'm too lazy to put too much effort in, so it just does what it wants to do half the time. I haven't done anything with it at all today, actually. Random chat about hair. I don't know why people bring up my hair, but there you go. That's my chat about my hair. Eddie saying, what just happened? I don't know. We've got some modded chat in here. I've got to look in. Got someone immediately in with some Epstein bloody creators. It's put, I don't know why you keep getting modded, Igor. Maybe it's because you keep saying daddy, I don't know. Oh, we've got Kairi. I'm trying to remember how I said it because I got it right last time. Kairi? Yeah, I'm going to go Kairi. Guy who lives in a van likes to keep things natural. Mind blowing. Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, my preference would be to have a piece of land and to do things like. But the van build was built around natural products, so my walls are made of cork, for instance, and cardboard, which is low VOC. VOC stands for volatile organic compounds. If you don't know what those are, look them up. They're bad for you, and they're in almost everything. And that's why I like natural wood. So this is not veneered, this is proper oak, as is my work side. And pretty much everything in here is made of some level of natural product, or natural-ish. Cork, very natural. You know, they just strip that off the tree and it keeps growing. Really nice, sustainable sort of material. Obviously the wood's potentially not that sustainable, but it's better than a load of like hydrocarbons they've sucked out of the ground and turned into a sheet of plastic. So yeah, wood everywhere. I do have like metal parts and stuff where needed, where wood won't do. And I suppose the least natural things are probably like the refractory materials around the stove to keep it safe. Yeah, so you can't get away from it, but I do the best I can. And it's like a health conscious thing, really. Whoa. This is getting. We're going to put a close up here, get that done. Gets us down to this double here. And this double here. Problem is we've got this nonsense. Oh, I can't quite use that one. That's a shame. But you know what we can do? Over here, we can take a little bit of a risky move. Or it doesn't have to be that risky. If I do that. Oh, this is good. And then I do that. I've used them up and not added anything. That's good. And then I'm going to do that one. Well, more modded chat. Well, we're getting a lot of modded chat. But yeah, welcome, Kairi, and lovely to have you back. To be fair, I don't mind if you call me Daddy. You can call me whatever you like, but my name is actually Molly. Well, that's what everyone calls me, and you're welcome to call me that. Yeah, it's the auto mod that doesn't like the word Daddy, apparently. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You keep getting modded, and even Ellie got modded when she said not to call me that. Oh dear! But it's a Friday night, so we'll allow a little bit. What's Gracie talking about? A song? It is a bit weird, Eddie, but we get weird on a Friday, and we don't mind a little bit of weird cropping into the stream. All right. Oh, dear. This is a strain. This bit that it's getting a bit wayward over here. I'm gonna move the table again. It's easier moving the table than reaching over and moving you and the camera. So, right, I'm gonna put that one here. Oh, you both are chatting on here and Insta. Okay, yeah. You're leaving me out of the conversation. I joke. I'm glad you guys have made good friends. That's really nice. Or very sweet, as Sienna would say. Ooh. Oh. Knocked it. This lot's being a bit annoying. It's not a disaster yet, but it's starting to get a little bit on the annoying side. I need to find something ingenious to do. I'm going to just close that one off because I really don't want to have to deal with anything off the edge of the table. Right, that's going to be a problem if I don't get a proper closer for that. I think here we're just going to do this because it's going to move us away from that. Running out a bit of space, I might have to shift everything up that way if things don't start panning out. Do you know what? I can also do this one here, which I think I'm going to do. Now I've got basically 2 corners like that, which is a little bit frustrating, but I'm tempted to do that, create a different kind of corner. I can also do that. That might be a little bit more reasonable because I need to use up some of the bad pieces. I'm going to close that one off. We're going to see what happens. And then I'm going to do that one there. I don't really want to put that there. Ugh. That's despicable. We're going to put that one there. Ooh. Problems. Kiri's saying, I stumbled upon a very wholesome monologue. Love the positive vibes. Thank you very much. Well, I remember you being here previously, Kiri. I can't remember if it was when Ethan was here or not, but Ethan was certainly about most of this week. It's been a very eventful week, to be fair. Oh yeah, so update on the van, Gracie. You were asking, and we've probably got. Wow, do we really have 36 people in the stream? That's crazy. If you're new and you haven't said hello, make sure you say hello. It'd be lovely to hear from you. So yeah, so updates on the van and the crash, basically. So for those of you who know, I'm going to repeat myself, so I do apologise, but we've got a lot of new people in, so I'll give a little bit of spew, but I'm a van lifer. This is my van, and on Monday somebody crashed into me. What a lovely gift of a way to start a week. If you haven't seen that, there is a video of it on my channel, a little 1-minute clip. It's worth going and have a little look. But heads up, about halfway in, there is a jump scare as the car goes whoosh and gives you a proper old look at what a crash looks like from the inside of the vehicle. It was scary because me and Ethan were in the van at the time. We were in the back here, and I did get a little hurt. Ethan came away almost scot-free, just a little bump on the leg. So that's the main thing. But anyway, this week has been me dealing with that situation, and me and Ethan having a lot of fun. But today was a bit of a tricky one. I got woken up with a phone call from the people who are going to basically come take the van. They're going to come and take it on Tuesday, and they're going to take it away, do a proper assessment, decide whether they're going to fix it and how long it's going to take. Hopefully they can fix it, fingers crossed, and they'll tell me how long I'm going to be without my home, which is a bit of a trick. But also today I was over at Stevenage, where I have got myself a hire van on the paid for by the insurance companies, obviously. So a little bit of an update as well. I now know the guy's name, the guy who drove into the van. We found out his name. They sent me a text, which was weird. I don't know why they needed to give me a text with his name. I think as well it's on a letter, like an official sort of letter, where basically I found out he has the same underwriter as me, so the same insurer, basically. And he has admitted fault 100%. So that means they can move forward and take care of me and deal with everything without me having to worry about fighting for that. It's good. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. But I say that I'm waiting on them to get back to me about what we do about my living situation while they've got the van. That's going to be the next update, really. What on earth I do. Don't have volume on full when car crashes. Yeah, that's a fair copy. If you've got headphones on, maybe go back to normal phone speaker for that bit. Eddie got modded for saying, "Where's our daddy obsessed person at?" I think he left or she left. I don't know. I don't. It struck me as a he because it was Igor, but I don't know. Yeah, they figured it all out, Gracie. We know. I know who it was. I know his name, and I don't have any update on his condition. I'm assuming if he's like if the liability's been dealt with that quickly, it doesn't seem like it was because of the video and the fact that, like, I mean, it might be just because as soon as there was some evidence to show that I was parked, there was no issue with where I was parked, and he just rammed into me. It's kind of his fault. It's a no-brainer. So. It could just have been that, but they had his name and whatnot, and so I assumed that they've managed to get in touch with him, and he's kind of said, "Yeah, no, hands up. That was definitely my bad," and and they're taking it from there. So yeah, so it's kind of good news in that way, I guess. I'm going to make a corner here. Although I already have one over here, so I'm going to do that right at the edge, which is really annoying because it starts making me not want to put bits down. So I'm going to just move everything a little bit because this is all closed off now. Okay, that didn't want to move. Why do some of them stick and not want to move? It's very annoying. I didn't realise I had to open up here. That's a bit frustrating. But there we go. That's where we're at. But that's it. I can just put that there actually. That's quite handy. All right. I want to put a corner in there without adding to my frustrations up there. Got to be really careful. These are starting to get close to each other now. If I did that, would that be a problem? We have closers that will close that still. Yeah, I'm going to do that there in the hopes that I can do like basically something like that, but I don't want to. Well, I could actually. I'm going to do that because then I can do this here. Nice. Only thing is I need two of these. Oh no, a straight one can go there as well. And yeah, so I've got two options for closing that. As soon as I get closers, I think I've got to do that. Right, I'm going to do this thing again here while I do that. So let's have a little look. Oh, we've got lots of chat. Sorry. Yeah, basically I'll be homeless for a little while, like properly, not even with the van. Where's the video? Oh, it's not a short. It's like a little 1 minute video on the channel. So you might not be able to see it, Gracie. Like, so yes, so the young ones of you might not be able to watch it because it doesn't show up on like Ethan's YouTube because it's got like, obviously I think there's a bit of me swearing at the end, and obviously it's quite scary as well. So YouTube might have decided it's not appropriate for kids. So you might not be able to see it. Yeah, he was old, but I don't think that was too much to do with the crash. He definitely made a poor judgment and thought he was going to have a gap that he didn't have. That's what I see. When I watched the video, I'm like, I think he just didn't see the second car, and I think he thought that he had plenty of space just to kind of keep going fast, and he didn't make the decision to slow down in case he couldn't pass, which is what you're supposed to do. If there's a parked vehicle, you're not supposed to come at it at speed. You're supposed to slow down to give yourself a chance to stop. And he just trusted his judgment that there was no second vehicle and he'd be able to get through, and he was wrong. I think that's the way I see it having gone down. I would be so interested to talk to the guy and be like, what on earth were you doing, mate? Good question, Eddie. I'm sure if I asked my parents, they might let me stay, but there would be a lot of strings attached, and it would be a lot of complications and difficulties, things that I just don't really want to deal with, if I'm honest. It's never an easy thing getting help from my parents, if I'm completely honest. So I generally avoid asking them for help with anything where possible. That's just the way that is. I think that's why I've grown up basically not liking to ask people for help and lean on people, which is also why I try my best now not to behave like that, and to accept, oh, do you know what, this would have been a great place for one of them, and then I could use that to join it up, and I've wasted them over there. All right, I'm going to close that up. I can close those, and I've got these two individuals left, which isn't too bad. So if I close that one off, I'll be left with just that one. Or I could do that and go for a corner. That's tricky. if I do that and a corner doesn't come out, I'm toast. Because I think I've closed. No, wait. There's a single opener over here. I'm safe to do this. And I'm going to do it. Ha 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 ha. We can now close that off. Yes. So we're just left with this one here. So I'm going to move the table back across a little bit. And it's just this one here that we're dealing with. What's that? Ellie's got a unaged account. That's fair enough. Oh, you can see it now. It made you jump. It does. You had your volume on full, Ellie. That's a rookie mistake. Don't watch on full. Right. Well, we're just going to extend it one. Hope for a closer. Oi. Do I have another C close? Oh, wait. I can close this. What am I doing? Look. I do that. And I C close it. What was I doing? Why did I put that down? Silly man. That's it. Job done. We've beat Bandido. Wicked. That's a great way to start the stream. Yeah, I swore a fair few choice words after that, and I think that's only legit. I think when someone crashes into your home, you have the right to say whatever words come out of your mouth at that point. I truly believe that. I had contemplated chopping that video a little bit so that the swear words don't come out, and sort of shortening it up a little bit and putting it up as a short, because it'll probably get a lot of views. But the problem is the views on shorts don't add up to watch time, and I doubt somehow that I'm going to suddenly automatically get millions of views on it. I mean, I guess if I edited it properly and did some work on it, maybe I could get a fair few, but I ain't going to get anywhere close to that. And it's not really in keeping with the channel. So growing the channel with videos that aren't really in keeping with it is a bit pointless, because I might get some subscribers, but they're not necessarily going to watch the rest of my content. That's right, I sworn and checked on Ethan. Like, basically the swear happened like in the very short moments, like the split second or so after the van stopped moving. Because during the move, because it was very sudden, I think I just was like, and then as we were setting, I was like, Jesus, and then I kind of went on from there, and then checked on Ethan, and then the next thing I did was get outside and check on the other driver. I mean, that's just what you do in that situation. I don't know that a lot of people would act any different. Well, yeah, it's quiet until the crash, that's for sure. Because there's not really any noise going on. We're in the back, so there's walls between us and it. You can't hear us. And, I mean, there's some tiny sort of like sounds from our voices now. But yeah, then it just comes up and this boom, and it's very, very loud all of a sudden. But that's literally just my security camera from the front. It's not even a dash cam. So, yeah. So it runs all the time. It's like 24/7. And it has like night vision and stuff like that. Not that it was using it at that point. Didn't even need, that's the thing, my camera didn't even switch to night vision because there was so much light out there. It's so well lit because of the street light. Yeah, dad mode activated proper. That is definitely the mode you could call it. Dad mode activated. Right. It has been really cool getting to know you a bit more, Gracie, and hearing a bit more about your story. As unfair as that story is, it is your story, and it is very cool to hear it from you. Oh, look at this. If I do that, I can do that. Look how quickly I've got down to 1, and then I've got a closer. Wow, job done. That might be the shortest game of Bandido I've ever done. That's crazy. Hey, we've got Greg in. Hey, Greg, how you doing, my man? I'm good today. I've got a hire van now out the front, big enough to get my ladders in, and I will transfer a fair bit of stuff from this van. So when this gets taken for repairs on Tuesday, which is also booked in, the issue is if I send it over there like fully laden, it's not very fun times for them. So I will basically take a lot of stuff out just to lower the weight, but also there's things that I can take with me. So I'll take like a lot of my like I'll probably take out all my drawers from the kitchen and put them in, and I'll be able to that'll basically be a lot of my food then as well. And I will probably take this table and put it into the other van, so I've got somewhere to sit and all the chairs. I'll probably put, I mean, now here's the thing, depending on what happens with the insurance company and what they say about sorting out some accommodation, I don't know what they're going to do, but there is the potential for me to use the other van to a certain extent, because the conditions are generally warm enough overnight that if I had lots of layers, like a couple of duvets on me, I think I could get away with it. I've done worse camping weathers, and if I'm in the back of a van, it won't be any worse than being in my single skin tent. Not the most pleasant time, but it just depends what the insurance company come back with, to be fair. I honestly don't know what we're going to say, but part of me as well knows that if I'm working, it just depends where they can find me a place. Like if they agree to basically put me up in a hotel or something like that, then there is one nearby at the Bulldog Services, and I could potentially then have a place where I can legally park that car, because I might get a car parking space with the room, and that's quite close to a lot of my work around this area. And as long as the work is close to here, I should be okay. But yeah, I don't generally want to be like commuting loads between work back and forth, because obviously normally what I do is park in my workspace. One thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is my battery level. So I'll make sure on Tuesday before they pick it up that the battery is completely full. So my lithium's got all 8 kilowatt hours in it, and I'll have everything switched off. I'll probably switch off my my Wi-Fi and everything. I just switch off everything bar the fridge freezer, and that's still going to take a fair bit of power each day. I know that my battery probably won't last past a week on that, so I'm hoping that when they get it on the Tuesday, they look at it and go, yeah, we can have it back in like by the end of the week, and then hopefully I'll have it back by the Friday. But that is like fingers crossed stuff. I'm gonna have to really talk to the garage and actually be like, okay, if you're gonna have it for longer than that, I need to potentially have some access to it, and stuff like that. I don't really know. I might be able to like hand them like essentially an extension cord and say, look, I need you to basically plug that in and put it on charge if all else fails, type thing. So yeah, so I'm not quite sure what to really expect and what I think is going to happen. Yeah, there's a lot of questions up in the air about that, but Monday's going to be a packing live. Oh, that's a good idea, Gracie. Yeah, I could do that, but I don't know. It could be. I guess if I'm doing it during the daylight hours and it is 10:30, we could do an earlier stream. I will percolate on that. That's a good idea. I just have to figure out if it's right or not. Yeah, I think that's what I think it's a travel lodge over there at the services. I think that's what kind of it is. To be fair, if it's not that, it's something like that, like a Premier Inn or something like that. Oh yeah, I'll definitely take all my stuff as streaming, Gracie, because we've still got a stream. That was just plain bad driving after watching the video. Anyone passing you on the same side of the road should have at least slowed down. Yeah, it's a given. I mean, that's what we're taught when we're taught to drive. Is you have an obstruction on the road. It doesn't matter what it is. A parked car could be one of those things that kind of like shrinks down the road to a single file to control traffic flow and speeds. whatever it is, but especially if you've got parked vehicle there, you don't approach it at full speed. You approach it slow, so give yourself a chance to brake. Some people do that with junctions as well. I see people like flying at junctions, expecting, like for instance, a roundabout. If you've got sometimes there's like the roundabouts nearby where people will literally fly at the roundabout, and if you entered the roundabout before they got to the roundabout, you would be totally within your right to do so because they aren't at the roundabout yet. So you're supposed to give way to the right if they're at the roundabout. Okay, so normally the expectation is always they're on or they're waiting at their giveaway line. But if they're like, I don't know, a car length or two back behind that, and you decide to go, if they're travelling at 40 mile an hour still, thinking they're going to go around, that's technically not your fault. You go, they hit you, that's their fault because you went when they weren't even at the junction. They're supposed to slow down. They're not supposed to be flashing it at 30, 40 mile an hour. They're supposed to be stopping down to like 15, 20 miles an hour and go around gracefully and give themselves a chance to stop at a junction. I mean, that's just what it's about. And he should have been doing that there. He should have definitely been slowing down for the parked vehicle, which he failed to do. And I think realistically, anyone looking at the video sees that. I mean, he's just lucky he didn't kill anybody, like himself and anyone else, because I mean that's criminal stuff then, isn't it? And he's got the police on his back. I mean, who knows? He might have even blown positive on his breath test, if you know what I mean. And Greg was saying, very good. I am very good. And do you have Instagram account? I don't, unfortunately. The only social media I do, Greg, is YouTube. I've got to go down. I think you're too young to be doing that drinking, Gracie. I think you want to nip that in the bud. Drinking is not cool. Says the man who doesn't drink. Right, closing that down. Wow, this one's going quite quick as well. Oop, didn't mean to do that. So, oh, it's got to be done. It's got to be. I think I can finish this. Wow, is that another quick one? I can do that. Let's get it down to one. Wow, I've got a choice. Let's go with that, just for the hell of it. Wow. That first one was a doozy, and we got down to near the end of the stack, and now we've had two of the most simple Bandido games ever. That is mental. No, Gracie's 16, not 17. I will correct you there, Ellie. She is 16. And that is young. 16 is young, Gracie. You realise you're supposed to be 18 before drinking alcohol in this country. In America, it's 21. I reckon that's a way better idea. I think 21, when you're allowed to start doing things like that, is not a bad idea at all. Gracie, the other day, when Sienna asked you, you said you were 16. And you said that a while back as well. And also, you were telling us that you're doing your GCSEs this year, which would make you 16 as well. So I feel like you're 16, not 17. Regardless of whether your channel says that you're 19 as well. I saw that. Or rather Sienna saw that. And she screenshot it and showed it to me. I was like, oh yeah. Gracie trying to say she's 19 on her channel, but I know I look like a child. That was funny. Yeah, it's the all before that gets me there though, Gracie. Your sister did that. Oh, see, you get lots of like. I'll be honest, Gracie. You do tell some porkies. Oh dear. So what I've decided with you, Gracie, is that whenever you tell me stuff, I'll make my mind up whether I think it's true or false, and then I'm just stuck with that. And yeah, and my instinct is that you are 16, because you've said a lot of different ages. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going with 16. That seems about right for the things you tell us and the stories that are there. That is what feels like the age that you are. So your sister stole your phone when you were asleep. When did that happen? I'm going to put that one here. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put that there. Could work that with them. Can't use that. Oh, I need to pull another one out. What am I doing? Oh, we can close that up. Ooh. We can do that. Yes, me likey. That is bang on for that spot. What's this? Oh, don't tell. No, hello, Ellie. Don't be asking people their date of birth in the chat, please. Yeah. And also, just because someone says a date is their birthday, it doesn't mean to say that's right. And I mean, that could have been her birthday, but she could have been going from 15 to 16. Which I think would make sense, because she would have to turn this 16 between August and like last year and this year in order to be in the year for doing GCSEs. So that tracks with things a little bit. We've got Craig saying, sometimes I lay on the kitchen floor and pretend to be a crumb. That's interesting. What on earth would possess you to pretend to be a crumb? I feel like there's a story in there somewhere, and I do want to hear it. If I did that, I'd need the same one again to get around there. I don't know if that's gonna... I don't know if I'm that lucky, but if I do that, I might be able to do other ones there. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Oh, you little monkey. Almost. Not quite right. I'm going to close this one off, just get it done and out of the way. That gets us down to just these three. Let's see what we get. Oh, I like that. Let's put that there. Boom, job's a good one. Let's see what we've come out with here. Yeah. Ellie's on the case. But Ellie, yeah, let's stop trying to grill Gracie on her age. I know what I think, and it doesn't really matter too much. The difference between 16 and 17 is not exactly huge. Both are still young, Gracie. says the 44-year-old man. I can tell you that is young. Kind of want to use that one. But if I use that, I could get stuffed. So if I use this one, I've got options. So I think I have to do that. Oh, that's wicked. But if I put that down, yeah, I can still use that corner one if need be. So I'm not in the... But we're down to one, so we have to be very careful when it's down to one. You can get really in a lot of trouble. Yeah, see, yeah, I can't put that there without another one that's actually going to fit, and I think so. I can put this one here. I'm opening it up to 3, but I think that's actually a reasonable thing to do. No, I'm not 34, Ellie, but I appreciate the compliment. No, I am 44. That is my current number of years I have been on this planet. Yeah, Ellie does like to have a little subtle wind up every now and then. I've noticed this. Can't fuss about it though. I do like a wind up as well, Ellie. I do my best not to wind people up in my YouTube family though. I'm going to do that. Can be weird, but I could close it straight away if I want to. Yeah, I want to. close that up. Let's see what we get. Oh, we're going to go for it. We have potentiality here. We have potential. We're down to 1 again. We just need the right cards. We have a reprieve. Can we pull out a single close? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? I'll tell you what, a 1 to 2 would work. And get us even more time. Not that 1 to 2 though. Brutal. Right, well, if I did that, not ideal, not gonna lie. I'm gonna need to move this thing around. Well, I'm gonna just put that on top of there, and we're gonna move this down to here, get as much space on the board as we can. There we go. So we're down to just this one. I'm going to do that one. Oh, now I'll get the single close. Ah, 1 too late. How rude. I wish I'd done it the other way around there. If I'd have done that, I could have closed something off easily. But I've got to stick with what I've done. If I do that, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm going to do this. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's not great. But we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. Can't put that there, unfortunately. It's the wrong way round. But we can put this here. Got to be careful now. This is getting close to the here again. I have the ability for some closers, so I'm going to put that one here. Need a corner for that. I can't put that one in there. That's a no-go. I'm going to put that one here. Put that one there. Oh, that corner could go in there, but I need the right closer to close it then. One of 2 kinds, which we will have. So I'm going to put that there. Now we're looking for like a single close, either the little J or straight. Sienna is in. Good evening. Good evening, beautiful. How are you today? Gracie says, hey, how do I turn off sleep mode on? Oh, you're talking about IG again? Who's the most devil here? Biggest devil? Whoa. I don't know. I think it's probably you, Gracie. Dear. Ellie keeps hers quite small, her wind-ups. Yours are massive. Whoa, but then Ellie goes and says she told her brother he was adopted and made him believe it. Wow. Wow. That's when I go, oh, Ellie, that's what your parents told me the other day about you, and start trying to convince you. Oh, I wouldn't. Dear. So it says, how are you all, my darlings, blah, 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 blah. All well, you handsome one. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right. It's been a tough day, I'll be honest. I crashed out for a bit a little while ago, actually. Like just zombied out. I'm not quite sure how much time passed, but it was definitely a couple of hours. I just zombied out. I had my food, like laid down on the sofa and watched a little bit of The Young Pope. I've been rewatching a series called The Young Pope with Jude Law. It's the only way to explain it is it's really beautiful. Like it can be a difficult watch. You have to follow and you have to kind of get there's a lot of nuance in it, but it's a really beautiful watch. It is. Right, I'm going to close that one off straight off the bat because I have the ability, and we're back down to 1. We're back down to 1, and we just need to pull the right card. Let's get lucky. Let's get lucky. No, let's just get really, really badly unlucky and get the worst possible set of cards for being on a single. Right, we're going to do that there. We're going to get to that there. That's okay. So now we've got 2 and the 1. It's acceptable. Now we've got 2 singles. Do we want to do that? Yes, we do. All right. We're going to put that there. It's going to point it to the edge, which is annoying, but at least it's open. If I did that one, it's pointing it to here, which is no good. Oh, I don't like it. I'm going to put that. I'm going to try to bring these together, We'll put a closer on that. Yeah, there you go. There's a closer. That would go here. You can sort of see the point of that, but I'll just hang it over the corner here. Ellie's saying, I've already seen my birth certificate. Oh, you mean the one they forged? Yeah, no, I jest. What were you zoning out about? Just it's been a properly heavy week and a proper heavy day, Ellie. As I said, I've done a lot today. I spent the whole morning dealing with the repair garage and the insurance people, trying to work everything out, and then I had to go off and get the hire van. And yeah, I think I just kind of like the whole week's catching up with me a little bit in that respect. I've not been sleeping that well this week for obvious reasons. There's a lot of stress involved, a lot of unknowns. It's the unknown stuff, and I think that's the thing that's most stressing me out right now. I was hoping I'd get a call today from the insurance company back about like what they're going to do about helping me with where I'm going to live when this is in the repair garage. Not knowing what I'm dealing with that, and having that sort of like unknown, that limbo state, it's stressful. It is real stressful. Can't lie. I can't keep adding single closers. We're going to run out, and we've already used a fair few of them. This is becoming a problem. So if I do that, it doesn't add a closer. It just keeps it as the one, and I've got a double over here, which I think we have another C close to come yet. So we do. I could use this to close that, but then we've got problems over here. I need to move this thing over. Oh, I've had to move this one so many times. It's becoming quite a frustration. Right, let's work on this corner first. All right, let's bring that all up to there. Okay. Slowly but surely. Now we can have that there like that. Right, okay. And that's where we're at. It's not the worst situation. We've only got two there, this one and that one. Jobs are good. Lucas should be here probably. It's going to be a bit longer than normal because he's got to drive over from Biggleswade. So I'd say it's going to be here probably about past. I shall so far and head off. Valentine's at this later. I'm sure you could, Sienna. I'm sure it won't be hard with some nice polished pins. Grace says no because I play this over and over. I bought it on Google. Oh, you bought it, Sparker? Have you really? Wow. Wow, my man. Well, if you get practiced, we'll have to have a game together when we meet up in the spring for our camp. That'd be really cool. You have a plan on revising, Ellie? I wonder if you'll stick to it, though. Are you good enough to stick to your plan? Oy. Am I good enough to win Bandido again? This is... Oh, I've created a right situation over here. What was I doing with this? It would have been so much better to do that. Why didn't I do that? What's an imbecile? Right. I can do that. Okay, so we're going to do this. And then do that. Okay. I don't want to do that. That one's going to get that treatment. we have a C close. We're not going to use it to create a single close because I could do that and create a single close, but that's a terrible, terrible way to do these. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to use this straight close up here just because that's a good way to get rid of that. Now we've got a corner, which I think I'll use here because I'm looking to try to get these back together. Really? Oh, could have done that. Missed a trick. Could put that there. Don't like it though. Ooh, how annoying. These are bad pieces for this. What's Grace going about? I've lost what Grace is going about. Has gone right in my head. Sparky says, yeah, I've been keeping a low profile after some people with a right-wing agenda have been on. I can't keep my big mouth shut. Oh no, software update, go away. I can't get my big mouth shut and start getting angry. You don't have to keep your mouth shut, Sparker. Your family. If someone comes in here with an opinion that you want to argue about, you go right ahead and argue with them. I won't probably engage too much, but you go right ahead and argue with them. If anything, you'll just keep them here and bump up the stats. No harm in my mind. And he's saying, I have 9 exams, not looking forward to it, but I want them over. Yeah, I tell you, just focus on getting them done. Work hard, like do your revision. Stay chill about it. Don't get yourself stressed. Take them one at a time, and then they're over and done with, and you've got to deal with them again. That's the one nice thing about exams. You young people, you don't understand this, but like your time at school is probably the least stressful times of your life. You don't have to be stressed about it. People do get stressed about it, but they don't have to be stressed about it. People will tell you, oh, it's the rest of your life. However you doing it, it's not. It's not at all. Most people don't use anything that most people don't use 10% of what they learn at school during GCSEs and that. It's mostly just a way to show people that you can sit in a room and do as told and turn up on time and get things done. Most employers don't actually bother to look at those things, and it's more that you need them if you want to go to higher education, go on to like A levels and university, that sort of thing. But again, even then, you don't need perfect grades for that. No, I mean, if you're going to pressure yourself into needing to get in perfect places, I honestly tell you now, only if you're in the upper echelons of, like, you know, the society and stuff, you've got to worry about that sort of thing. And you don't have to. You can always just go, do you know what? It doesn't have to be that big a thing for me. I can take a step down to the next level, and then it'll all be a lot easier. And that's the point. It's a choice. You can choose to put a lot of stock in it and to really try hard and try to be perfect with it. But remember, it's always a choice. If you're feeling that much pressure is killing you, don't bother. Just take a step back and just breathe. And you'll find as well, when you're less stressed about it, you'll do better anyway. What's this? Oh. And he's saying, I'm going single for Valentine's as I have done every year. Well, I'd ask you to be mine, Ellie, but you're a bit young for me, so we'll we'll have to leave you single unless we can find you someone in the YouTube family who's young enough for you, who you like, and then maybe we can change that. But it sounds like you're happy being the single one anyway, so that's okay. Why would I stick to the plan? Says Ellie. Yeah, indeed. Make a plan, then don't stick to it. I like that. That's just like me. That is. You're right, left wing, right wing and chicken wing, they all need the same amount of sauce on them, don't they, Sienna? Yeah, Ellie's got the idea of it, get bored and give up in 2 minutes. That sounds about right. I did very little revision for any exams I ever took, I'll be honest. I did the absolute bare minimum, sometimes nothing at all. And I still got through okay. Anyway, I remember my sister helping me make a study plan was the best thing. We wrote down all my subjects and exam dates and then popped them into the timetable. From there, we then sorted around. Nice. Yeah, your sisters are the best, you know. Sparker's saying, "You're right, Sinner, but I know the sentiment behind the right wing, and it's not friendly and accepting." Yeah, that's true. There's plenty of people out there who do not have a good agenda. Very self-centered agendas and nasty stuff going on out there. But worrying about the nasty people, not worth it too much, to be fair. If we all just gravitate around the good ones like we've got in here, we'll be all right. Oh, it sounds like Ellie's off. Night, Ellie. See you soon. Sweet dreams. Putting funny voices on, don't I? Oh dear. Yeah, you can definitely get some bad people in power, can't you, Sparker? I mean, that's happened through history time and time again. People in different countries getting into power, who really, really, in hindsight, no one should have been letting them get into power. But there you go. Oh, I don't want to do any of these moves. Right, I'm going to do that. I've got options here. I do have a few cards left. Oh, I can close that one because I can go that way. That's getting closed. I want that done with. Oh, I've got a straight close. I'm going to do that. It's a bit of a basic move, but that's what I want to do. Right, I cannot use that in a good place. I could use it here. Yeah, I'm going to do that there. See what comes of that. Ooh, so we could C close that, but then we can't use that there. But if we C close those, we can use it here, which we might do. Right, okay. Can't use that, annoyingly. Okay, we're going to put that there. We're going to see what happens. We are working with finite pieces here now. We did not want to see a piece like that come out. That is a mick take. Let's look what's already come out. We've got one of them there. There's another one due. There's at least two of them. If I did that, that could go there, and then we've got a single here. I don't know how many single closes we've got left, but can't be many. Can there? 1, 2, 3. The 3 straight closes have gone. 1, 2. The 3 right-hand ones have gone. 1, 2. We have a single close left. 1 single close left. So we have to do things like this. So that's a really good move there now, because that's going to close that off. But it's added another single, which is no good. So we can do one of these, but we can't do both. This is the thing to pay attention to. Right. Can't even put that in there. If I put that over there, I can do that. Have I got a C close out there? I've got one used over there and one used here. So I've got no C close, so C close doesn't work either. Got to create corners. Corners is where we're at. I think I'm going to go here. That might seem crazy, but I feel like that's fair cop. Right, we're going to put that one there. Oh, so that's going to create a corner, but we've still got a single here, which is a problem. There's that one there that I was talking about. So the problem is that's not really going to help us, neither was that. And we're getting quite tight here now. If I put that there, that's a problem. I don't think we're going to make this. This is seemingly impossible now. I'm going to put that there. I don't really like it much, but there's a corner. That one's done. There's some weird hope of somehow connecting them up, but I don't see it happening. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. No, we ain't done this. There's the closer. It's the last closer. Nah. Failed that one. Failed. That's it. Oh well. Several wins and one loss. Can't complain. What does a distinguished gent with an ever-growing harem do on Valentine's Day? How do you split your day? That would be telling, wouldn't it? I think mostly I just spend it sleeping. Yeah. I'm going to be sleeping because I'm so tired. I don't see any reason to get out of bed whatsoever, if I'm honest. Now, I'll probably have a shower tomorrow, cut my hair, make myself pretty, and I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us after that, I guess. Let's spin around. There we go. Look at me with my janky hair. Done nothing with it at all today. I've been a very, very lazy boy with that, but to be fair, I've got good reason. Right. Actually, let's bring you guys like that. That's much better. We just bring you down like that, and then there. That's a lot better. Is that a euphemism, Spark? What's that? Obviously, Sienna, we play Bandido. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just looking up to see what Gracie was saying. Me sit in a room for 2 hours silent, no way. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that either, Gracie. Hey, Banana's in. I see you too, Banana. How are you, my fella? Dear. It's good to have you back in, as always. So yeah, Gracie sitting still and quiet for 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think Gracie's going to pass a single exam. She's going to get booted out of every single one of them. Just the way it is. Right, time for today's dad joke. Dad joke of the day. Let's have a look, see how far we are through the deck. First of all, so these are the ones that have been done. These are the ones that are yet to go. So that's it straight on. But if I give them a little, if I give them a proper, you can see. Ready? Boosh. Oh, twisted one. Ah, oh, it was a good idea until I messed with it. There you go. So that gives you, we've done that many, we've got that many left. So, time for today's dad joke of the day, dad joke of the day. Here we go. What does a cow use to do math? Math. Or as we in England like to say, maths. This is terrible. This is cringe. A calculator. They've even written it cow. I know that's back to front. Let me, they've written it calculator. That is terrible. That is atrocious. I have not heard a joke that bad for a while. He's on a roll. But at least I'm not on a pat. We do not like to stand on the pat, especially if it's warm and sticky. All right, let's put you over here, and I'm going to relax and sit back a little bit, as the job entails I can do. There we go. That's good. What's Sparker with the oh my god for the joke? Yeah, that was classic, wasn't it? Or was the oh my god for my terrible pun about herds? I mean, that'll get you as well. Yeah, look, fuss my hair now. Looking dreadful. Just do this, look. Make it look messy. Woo. There you go, that'll work. Woo. Straggly bits everywhere where I haven't done anything with this thing. It's a big old mop today. It does need cutting. It's getting way too long. Oh dear. Gonna get into it. No, the joke, but you can put it on the add-on joke too. Fair play, Sparker. We've got some modded chat. What we're going to see. Oh, it's Sienna. These jokes are enough to chase the harem away. More than likely. I think we lost the two young ladies, to be fair. I think Ellie and Gracie have disappeared. I think, well, Ellie said goodnight, didn't she? And I think Gracie's probably got bored and headed off. Or maybe they're chatting together on Instagram. It's lovely to see their friendship blooming a little bit on here. I like that. I mean, it's obviously something that they should still be careful about. But it's nice to see young people getting on and like doing their thing. I know Gracie's still here. Hi, Gracie. Why so silent all of a sudden? You're trying to think of the next thing to wind us up with. Let's guess. Realistically, you're 25. Is that really how old you are? You've just been winding us all up. Or maybe you're like a middle-aged man, like me, and you're just out there giving us all the runarounds. I'm joking, Gracie. Just teasing. Oh dear. So who else have we got in? We've got Sienna, we've got Sparker, we've got Gracie. Who else is fill out those numbers at the top that I can see? We had someone sending some emojis with a rather foreign-looking name, but there you go. The wind is not up me at all, Gracie. I don't know what you're trying to talk about the wind. Ethan is not here to pass his wind on me at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I do find it weird how it's wind up and that could actually be read as wind up as well. English language, man, it's so nuts. Winder up. I'm not having a wind up at all, am I? I know exactly what you meant, but I'm still having a wind up. I love that because it's like having a wind up with the word wind up, saying wind up. That is I don't know. Is that what they call meta? I don't know. That's a proper double level to that. I like that. No, you spelt wind up properly. Wind up is just how you spelt it. I wasn't teasing about spellings. I was teasing about the English language as being silly because so many things are spelt exactly the same, but you have to have context to it. Like read and red. Yeah. No, not the colour red, because obviously they spell the colour red one way. Then the word red says the same thing, but spelt with an A. And then if before you've read it, you have to read it. And the same bloody word. It's ridiculous the amount of things that we have to know by context. And then it's like they make jokes about this, like things like that's the shit, this is shit, and like there's a lot of that out there where like they basically like that's the bollocks, that is bollocks, that's the dog's bollocks. There's like so many different things where the exact phrasing and the context makes all the difference. Even the new sort of like slang words and all that have all that going as well. Oh, you're not stupid, Gracie. Don't you worry. No, not that kind of red and red, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally effed up. Apparently, English language is hard to learn. Not surprising. Yeah, I mean, I think the formal part of the language is maybe not like dreadfully hard, but it's probably not the hardest language. If it is, that sucks for the rest of the world, because you think about how many people have the English language foisted on them. Essentially, there's like African countries that were colonies of ours where it's their national language, even though most people speak it as their second language. That's weird. But then there's loads of countries where they speak it as a second language, and quite a lot of places where you go where, excuse me, they even if it's not a second language as such, a lot of people still do speak it, just because there's a lot of foreigners who do speak English, and it's like tourism basically needs them to do it. It's mental. Ren? Who is Ren? Oh, a rapper. How have we got onto a rapper? Wow, you changed the subject like the wind, Gracie. Which is fine. I never heard of him, or them, or she. I don't know. Oh dear. Right. Well, we've been going for an hour and a quarter. Lucas is probably going to be here soon. I think it's time for me to wrap this thing up. We've done the joke. I've done some Bandido. We've had some good friendly banter. Yeah, it's been lovely as always. But once again, I will be back tomorrow for another stream. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I do have some meat ready to make some burgers up. And the plan was to have that with Ethan during the week, which we didn't get around to. So maybe I'll make that up and go and collect some wood and do a little fire. But I think maybe that might be a thing for Sunday. I don't know. I'm going to check the forecast and see what the weather's like. But whatever, we'll do something tomorrow. You know it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of chat, as always. But for now, it's been absolutely lovely having you here. I'm stumbling over my words because I'm so tired. I'll see you in the next one. You have fun.